मैं बोलूँगी ना
Hello friends, this is Rajan. Today the cameraman we have is my mum. So I'm delighted to be in India. I arrived Delhi yesterday. I'm so happy that I'm here finally, and I thought it's so important to share my experiences, not only how I arrived in India, what paperwork was required, but also about few things which I noticed in Dubai, which might be useful for everyone visiting Dubai, and then who would like to come along and visit India, which is, especially Delhi, is only 2.5 hours flight away from Dubai, so it's very close. So you can join both the cities. So let me tell you something about Dubai first. No, I think let me introduce you all to my mom first. So I'm in my first home, and I want to introduce everyone to my mom. So here she is, our cameraman.
I'm very happy Rajan come to here and now I go to market and see all the things, some purchasing, but last 1 year is not so good. बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है ये सब देखकर कि नॉर्मल हो रहा है धीरे धीरे सब चीज़. तो my son-in-law also come to India from USA, and Rajan is also meet together and see together, and we talk about all things. So you understand all the things.
So let me give it back to my mum. So basically, what mum would also like to convey to everyone, that please do come to India. It is going to open on 15th of November, so next month, mid of next month. The tourist visas are going to be allowed after nearly 1.5 years now. So tourists will be allowed to visit India. And she was also saying that things are getting better in India. Now there are cases of COVID, but things are slowly getting back to normal, and people are living their normal lives. My brother-in-law from US is also here, so which is great, and my sister is planning to visit India as well, hopefully in next few days. So it's going to be a nice family get-together, and we are here because we feel it's safe now, and we can visit India. So let me tell you about the procedure of coming to India, and also about a few things which I noticed about Dubai. So in Dubai, I was there for a week, and I really enjoyed it. It was a wonderful experience. The sites are wonderful. The way they have managed the tourist sites are amazing. We all should learn the way they are organizing the tourism, the cultural sites to visit, how quickly they have developed their country. Just wonderful. I'm very impressed. But few things are one is very important thing, which I think if you think about it, it's you will think, oh, it's very small. But when you are in the country itself, you feel, oh, I should have maybe known this before, and that is that the WhatsApp, which we all are so used to. We can't use WhatsApp to chat. No, sorry, not chat we can do, the writing part we can do, but we can't speak on WhatsApp. So if I want to call my home, or call my parents in India, or really want to speak to or do a video chat with my dog Google, I can't do it. It's not allowed. So they have shut the communication channel through WhatsApp, which I never knew. So I was basically, I didn't have money on my phone to call from Dubai. I was using my UK number, so I was stuck. So I had to use the local phones and things which were very expensive. So the best part to do is, if you would like to speak to, be in touch with your friends and family through calling, through phone, then you can download Google Duo, which obviously I was not aware. I found out on the last day of my visit in Dubai. So I was basically a day before I was flying to Delhi, I got to know that if you have Google Duo, Duo, then you can call. It's a free call, but the other person also need to have the same app. So you both have to download the Google Duo, and through that you can communicate. You can call each other. Small but important. So it's something which I think you all can do. And the second thing which I was trying to do in Dubai was trying to obviously see the sights. At the same time, I was also trying to educate and tell everyone on this group what is good to see, what precautions we should take, what is the best way of going to what place, the charges, the entrance fees, how you can save money. So the main purpose of visiting so many, I got really knackered. I really got tired after a while of from visiting so many places. I enjoyed it very much, but at the same time, I really wanted to tell all the Love to Travel group members about what Dubai has to offer and what you could see, and what maybe sometimes I like something and you may not like it. So that's why I was going live, and I was going to places which are important, places of interest, and I enjoyed it, but some people may not. So look at my videos and you will see whether you would like to go to Burj Khalifa, or you would like to go to the new wheel, which they are going to start from end of this month, or if you would like to go to the desert safari, or if you would like to visit the Dubai frame. There's so many places to see, but sometimes you have only few days to stay in Dubai, you have only few days to visit Dubai, and that's when you can pick and choose where you want to visit. So you can look at the videos, you can look at the pictures, and you will get a very good idea what may interest you and what may not interest you. So that's all about Dubai. So let me now come to the procedures which I had to follow to visit Delhi. And the procedures are exactly same if I'm flying from Dubai to Delhi, or if I'm flying from London to Dubai. No changes at all. So what I did was, it was not as easy as it was for visiting Dubai. It was a lot easier when I was flying from London to Dubai. It was just a PCR test, and it was all fine. But for coming to Delhi, there were a lot more paperwork involved. And if you get it right, then you have no problems. It is going to be very quick. But if you get it wrong, it's very stressful. I can tell you that. It can take hours at the airport to sort out the papers. They may not let you enter the country, and you feel very stressed. So the first thing I did, which I'm sure everyone will be aware, is to get my RT-PCR done in Dubai, and obviously same thing from UK as well. You have to get that test done. Some sites will say that you have to get the test done within 72 hours of your flight, and some of the websites will say that you need it within 48 hours of your flight to the destination. And when I was chatting to a few people in Dubai, they said it's good to have it within 48 hours, because they have cases where the immigration officers, they have refused to entertain 72 hours before test. So get it done within 2 days before your departure rather than 3, which I did. I was flying on a Sunday, and I got my test done on a Saturday. So Saturday in the morning, I went to the clinic, and if you're in Dubai, you can go to Medicare Center. They charged me 150 dirhams, which is around 30 pounds. And they said I will get my result within 24 hours, but I got it in 8 hours. And it was a certificate sent to me by email, very quick, efficient, no problems there. And then so this is one thing, RT-PCR test. The second thing, which is extremely important, without that you can't fly to India right now, is filling Air Suvidha form. So I will put that in writing as well under this video, the website address of Air Suvidha. But if you Google it, it's linked with the Delhi airport website. It's Air Suvidha website, where you have to go and click on self-declaration form. So you click there and you fill the whole form. The form is very easy. They ask you about your address in India. They ask you about your passport details. They ask you about your RT-PCR test. They ask you about your PNR, your locator number for the flight. They will also ask you about your seat number for that flight. So if you're flying from London to Delhi, they will ask you what is your seat number. So you can't fill the form too early. You have to fill it within 24 hours of your flight, because you have to check in and then you will get your seat number. So do that, fill the form. The problems which I had while filling the forms were, there were few. The form, as I mentioned, was simple to fill, but they wanted me to upload, they want everyone to upload a passport photocopy. So you have to scan your passport photocopy and upload it on their website. And you have to also upload the RT-PCR test. So there are two forms which need to be uploaded on the website, on Air Suvidha website. And the problem which I was facing is, first of all, they wanted in a special format. The passport copy and the RT-PCR test should be done in PDF format, and that too, it has to be below 1 MB. And I was not carrying my laptop, so I had to download few packages to convert the passport copy and RT-PCR test into PDF, which I did successfully. But I started uploading it, the passport went through, but I don't know what happened. The PCR test was not uploading on the website. I tried it again and again and again, and obviously it was giving me errors, one after another. So I did it twice and then it was time out. I did it, I had to fill the whole form again, upload all the documents, both the documents again, then I clicked, it filled again. So 4 times I had to fill the whole form, upload my passport copy and then the PCR test, and it gave me an error. Sorry, can't upload your PCR test properly because it is not in the right format. Whereas it was in PDF, it was below 1 MB, but I was not sure what the error was. So finally, I called UK. I called Meenakshi, and I told if my son Ishan, who is a tech genius, I said, could you help please? And they were sleeping, and this was early in the morning in Delhi, in London, in UK, and but finally, very kindly, they got up. I had taken a print, basically a photo of each and every thing which need to be filled. I gave them my seat number, my PNR, and all the other details. I had to send it to Ishan, and Ishan very kindly started filling the form on his computer, not on the phone, on his computer, and in one go he was successful. So it was basically, the problem was the mobile, not the format. So maybe it was not compatible with mobile, not sure. But yes, he did it on his computer. He filled all the form, completed everything, uploaded the documents in PDF, which I have sent him, and it went through. And after it was submitted, they gave him a reference number. So that reference number he emailed me, and that is what I required to enter India. And the second condition they had, so obviously first was PCR, second was Air Suvidha form, which I've explained you how to fill and what to do. So do it on your computer, not on your phone. And the third thing which they wanted us to do was to fill, to get the printouts of Air Suvidha form. So whatever was filled online, they wanted us to take a printout. Obviously the email was sent to us in whatever was filled. So I had to take a printout in Dubai of my Air Suvidha form, filled Air Suvidha form with that approval number, and I had to also take a printout of RT-PCR test. So they wanted 2 printouts, and without these printouts, I really don't know why they can't accept digital copies, because digital copies are a lot easier to take, and then I've showed it for entering to Dubai, there was no problem. But for India, they wanted a printed copy. So it was printed, and when I reached at Dubai airport at the check-in desk, they checked those printouts, they were happy with it, and the lady at the counter was a bit confused. She was not very sure. Mummy, I think you're holding the mic. ऐसे पकड़ो, ऐसे करो. इसको mic नीचे ये है, ऐसे ये नीचे हो ना. Sorry guys, I think the mummy was a bit obviously she's tired as well. Is holding the mobile, and I think she was maybe holding the mic of this phone as well. But thank you, mummy. And so what I was saying that the lady at the counter, checking counter, was very confused. Maybe the rules have slightly changed after 13th of October, because before 13th of October, anyone coming to India had to quarantine for 10 days. You arrive in India and you have to stay in your hotel or wherever you're staying in the house, do self-quarantine for 10 days, which they will monitor. They will call you, they will check, and there's an app which from there they will check your movements. And that was before 13th, but after 13th, if I'm double vaccinated, if I have my PCR test, I don't have to quarantine. I can go around. And the lady at the counter was not sure. She said, sorry, you have to quarantine. I said, no, I don't. Then I had to explain her the rules, because obviously I read it very properly before taking the flight. So I had to explain her rules that these things have changed now. So it's very important to know, self-educate yourself rather than just dependent on the staff, because sometimes they have flights going all over the world. So it's very difficult for them to know the procedures for one specific country, because I was flying to India, so I knew exactly what was required. So I told her, ma'am, you may be right for some other countries, but India after 13th October, the quarantine is not required, and these are the proofs. And then she was happy with it. So she gave me the boarding card finally. It took her nearly 15 minutes. Can you imagine? 15 minutes to check all the documents and then check it, and there were long queues behind me, but she didn't let me go. She wanted to check everything was fine. And she also checked my OCI card, because as right now tourists are not allowed to enter India. Only Indian citizens, citizens of overseas, like Overseas Citizenship of India, which I have OCI card, only those people are allowed to enter India. So she checked it and it's all fine. I got my boarding card, and finally went to the check-in counter to board the plane. Before going, the security, they checked all the papers again. I don't know why, but it was checked again. And finally, I boarded the flight. And on the flight, because tourists are not allowed, only half of the flight was fully booked, so half was all empty, which is obviously a very good thing for us. So with, all the seats next to me were vacant, and then I had a very nice flight. Only 2.5 hours flight from Dubai to Delhi, and if you're flying direct from London to Delhi, it's around just over 8 hours flight. So not a very long flight. I should have mentioned one more very important thing. Before going to the airport, after filling the Air Suvidha form, I was also told to book my RT-PCR test, which they also call as molecular test, at Delhi airport. So one test was done before leaving Dubai, and one test they want me to do when I arrive in Delhi at the airport. So there are two things what you can do. One is pre-book, which I did, and second thing is do it at the airport. So you can book it at the airport. And my recommendation is very much to book your PCR test, which will happen in Delhi airport, which is compulsory to take, before you start your journey. It's a lot easier. It's a very short form. They will ask you about your flight number, what time you're arriving in India, in my case Delhi, and what time slot I need for the test, which obviously I put immediately when I landed. I put that time, and my flight number, my PNR number, and they wanted the money, of course. So it was only 500 rupees, which is £5, that's it. So you pay that online, and they give you a reference number. That's it. I arrived, came out from the aircraft at Delhi, and they again quickly, the staff was standing just outside the aeroplane, and they wanted to check my air Suvidha form and my PCR form. So I had to show those forms, and they were happy that yes, I have all the documents and that too printed. And there was another thing which I forgot to mention. They also wanted us to download an app, which I think briefly mentioned, which is called, it's a difficult one, Aryogya Setu. So if you Google it, Aryogya Setu app, you have to download on your mobile phone before you fly to India. And that app, what it does is traces you wherever you're going in India. So it's in track and trace. So they would like to check your movement in India where you're going. So that's why they want you to download that app. And that app needs to be linked with your number. Obviously, you have to give your number. And the problems which I was facing when I was filling that app registration was they wanted a mobile number, and I have only UK mobile number. So I was putting that, and there was no indication that it will not be accepted. So I was putting that number and creating, trying to register, but it was not registering. And then I don't know what happened, but I was trying for nearly half an hour, 30 minutes to register the app so that I have no problems at Delhi airport. But finally, somebody else mentioned that they may need an Indian number. That's why you're not able to register. An Indian number, obviously I don't have an Indian number. So I had to call my dad, my mum, I need an Indian number. So they gave me their number, which obviously I have. So I had to put their number, and after putting the number, OTP or one-time password is generated through the app, and that password you have to put on that app to register, to complete the registration. And obviously the phone number is Indian, so that my dad had that mobile, and I was in Dubai. So the time in between in filling that number was only 30 seconds. So it was a major problem. I had to call him so many times to get that number because the time was getting out. In 30 seconds I had to put that registration. So to make it shorter, I'm sorry, I'm telling so much information which might be difficult to take in, but I will write it down as well for you under this message, which will make it easier for you to understand. But yes, I was saying that number, we got through, we put that one-time password number, and I was able to register on that app, and I was happy that I have all the documents ready now with me. So obviously when I arrived in Delhi, they checked two things, but they did not ask me about that app. It was a condition, but the app was not asked. So when I further went ahead, there were two different queues of getting RT-PCR test done. One came well ahead, and I saw the prices. Maybe it was a private company, I'm not very sure, but the prices were too high. Because I paid only 500 rupees for the molecular test, which is PCR test, and they were asking for nearly 3,000 rupees or so. And I said, why? It seems a bit fishy, but I just ignored them. I carried on straight. So please, if you want, you can ignore it. When I carried on straight, I suddenly found another counter, and the counter had two queues. One was going on the left, which was massive queue. I arrived at 2:30 in the morning, so but still there were massive queues. And the other one was only 5 people in front of me, and the 5 people were the ones who have pre-booked and prepaid for that test. So I was very lucky. I said, wow, I'm very happy. I don't have to stand in the queue for 2 hours to get my compulsory PCR test done. So I went to the shorter queue, and they gave, obviously I gave that number which was given to me. Gave that number, they put it, and all my details were there. So everything, all my passport details, everything was there. He gave me a sticker and told me to go to that lady, and the lady was free, sitting there free for people who have pre-booked. He got my test done, and I was allowed to go. I didn't have to wait at Delhi airport for the result to come through. Only people who are, I'm afraid, taking internal flights. So if you're flying, if you're landing in Delhi and you're going somewhere ahead, you're flying to Mumbai, you're flying to Jaipur, you're flying to wherever internally within India, I'm afraid you have to wait for your test. Very strange procedure, but yes, and that test result can take up to 8 hours. So if you read more about it, the Indian government says to book your internal flights after 8 hours of landing in the first port of entry. So if I've landed in Delhi, I have to wait 8 hours before booking my connecting flight. But in my case, thank God, I was arriving, my home is in Delhi, so I was arriving here without waiting, so I was allowed to proceed. So when I got my test done, I proceeded straight through, and there was immigration counters. On the left, when you arrive on the left, they're all immigration counters for Indian citizens. On the right, they're counters for people with OCI cards and people arriving from UK. So you don't have to go on the left, you have to go on the right hand side at Delhi airport. Which I was not aware. Again, I went on the left. I don't know what happened. Maybe I was too tired. There was so many paperwork involved. That's okay. I went on the left. I didn't see anywhere it said about people arriving from Dubai or UK or OCI. Maybe I thought it's just the same queue for everyone. So after 10 minutes of standing in that queue, I realized I'm on the wrong queue. So I had to go on the right. So I went on the right hand side and saw very clearly it was marked, but it was in a second section of the airport that OCI card holders have to come to this side. I went there, and in the queue, a very short queue, but in the queue I saw people holding another form, a short form, which is a normal immigration form which you have to fill at the airport, which I forgot to fill, I'm afraid. It was, my dad is here. Hello, Papa. You can also come in. You can say hello. Mamba, show it to Papa. Hello. Hello, hello.
हेलो आ जाओ जी इधर
अच्छा my dad just came to say hello. I was just wondering what's happening here.
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬੜਾ ਪਸੰਦ ਆ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੈਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਰਹਿ ਲਵਾਂ ਦੁਬਈ ਇਹ ਬੋਲੀ ਵਿੱਚ
So yes, I went on that queue and then I had to quickly come out of that queue because I did not fill that small immigration form, they call it. So it's a very short form. Again, your name, your passport number, they want your address, and they want your flight number and your signatures. That's all they want. So I quickly filled that, went again in the queue, and then they checked my papers. They checked PCR test done. They didn't check about double vaccination, that I'm double vaccinated or not, but they checked my PCR test. They checked a Suvidha form, very very important, and they checked the immigration form. They checked. They did not ask me about the app which I had to download with major problems, and they stamped my passport. And finally, I was in my first home. I came out of the airport. I was feeling very relaxed, very basically happy that I have done and achieved what was basically, when I was reading about it, was seemed very difficult. So it is complicated, to be honest. It's not easy, but if you do your homework correctly, if you have all the paperwork, then you will have no problems. They may not know the rules, but you can educate them. You can educate the staff. There's no problem. They will not mind. You can be polite to them. You can tell them that this is what you have read, so they can check it again for you. So it may take slightly longer, but it's all possible. So let me quickly repeat. PCR test done to be in Dubai, in UK, which is important. A Suvidha form need to be filled, and the documents need to be uploaded on that site. Documents are your passport copy and your PCR test. Then you have to get that Arogya, I forgot the name, I've written it down somewhere.
Arogya.
Arogya, my mom is right. Arogya Setu. Arogya Setu. Arogya Setu app, which need to be downloaded. That's a condition, but nobody asked me. So your choice. But if you have a wrong person at the counter, they may create a problem. But Arogya Setu app, but you need an Indian number because the OTP will be sent only to an Indian number. So again, a complicated one. And then you have to book a PCR, a molecular test for Delhi airport or whichever airport you're arriving in India. So you need to book that, pre-book it. That's what I recommend. You can do it at the in India as well, but it's best to book it. And I paid 500 rupees. So these are the documents which are required. And it took me nearly, I think after landing, because I have all the paperwork ready with me, and in spite of few small confusion here and there, it took me around 50 minutes to come out of the airport. So it was very quick if you think about it. Normally it takes around 40 minutes anyway. So it took me 10 minutes extra. So I was within 50 minutes of landing, I was out of the airport. So I arrived yesterday morning, and I'm at my home. I will show you a few things around so that you know how the roads are, what traffic is like. You will see yourself that how busy India is. There's hardly any, obviously COVID is still here, but the cases are way down. A lot of people are vaccinated now, but it's normal life. You will see very soon, I will take you around now. You will see very soon that people are living the normal life. They're going to work, traffic is normal again. Hospitals are back to normal. They have good supplies of everything, medicines, oxygen, you name it. There's no problem at all. So fingers crossed, from 15th all the tourists can come. And if you're like me, if you have OCI card, Indian citizen, please come now. You will have no problems, but make sure you do your homework correctly and get all the paperwork done, because India is known for paperwork, and if you get it wrong, then you will have it. That's a problem. But hopefully the things may further relaxed from 15 November when the rules will be relaxed. So fingers crossed. So let me take you around. So Mummy, my best videographer, I will show you again. Thank you, Mummy, for taking the pictures. So
Okay.
so she worked very hard in taking the lovely working, because you have to hold it down. So let me take you. So this is our living area, which we hardly, I think, use. Since we have gone, they don't really use this. There's informal dining, which my parents use. So it's here. My dad is relaxing. So this is my dad here, and my brother-in-law. My mother-in-law is here. So let me take you out. I will show you, and this is, let me quickly take you further down. So this is my parents' room. This is my parents' room, and this is, I'm staying here. Where is it? This is, I've captured this room. I've told them, give me this many room. The few, this is very dark. So this is one of the other rooms. So just as you can see, all houses are built in a way that you don't feel very hot. Even the flooring are very much not carpeted, because obviously it gets very hot in summers. So you have to make sure that the houses are well ventilated. As you can see, we have put these ventilators in the houses. The problem is, if I go out, my connection might disappear. So I have to quickly go out and see if I can still keep because I'm using home Wi-Fi. So this is the parking bit area, but everything is, as you can see, very much floors. And I will just want to quickly show you the roads, because you will see the traffic. The connection may go very quickly now, but you can see the life. It's so normal, isn't it? People are going normal lives. The cows on the road, the best part. This is our house. And I'm here after 2 years. So I was dying to be back home, and I was not able to do it because of that section is closed. Let me go back in. Hi. So I'm just going back in because my connection might go. So that's it, guys, from me. But if you want any more help, anything which I can do for you guys, please don't hesitate to contact me. I will be very happy to help you. I will be delighted to assist in any way. I just want to be there because I have experienced all this now first-handedly. So I will be very happy assisting anyone, whoever needs my help. Just ask, and I will be there for you guys. So cheerio, love you, leave you, and I'm going to have fun with my parents who have met after nearly 2 years, and you know, you really miss being with your family after a while. And my father's getting a bit weak, and I'm so happy that I'm here, and
you just have to be with them. That's all. They may not need you for any work, but if you're with them, they feel so warm. They feel so nice about it. And I've seen the charm, the smile, which have come to my parents' faces. They had difficult time, I'm afraid, during COVID. They got COVID as well, and we were very tense back in England. But finally, fingers crossed, things are getting back to normal. So again, I think I will keep on going, but I think I will just say bye now and look after yourself. Take care, bye.